So today I'm going to try and teach you how to do an eggplant. Eggplant has been my most requested trick. Every time I post a tutorial video, someone's always like, eggplant. I haven't done it because honestly, I'm not very good at them. So this tutorial is going to be me trying to get an eggplant on the coping and then teaching you guys as I learn it. An eggplant is a hand plant where you're grabbing indie and planting on the coping with your front hand. I wouldn't recommend this as the first hand plant you try and learn because it's pretty hard. This guy on YouTube did a really good tutorial on regular hand plants. Click on that link, check it out. It's very helpful. Yeah, so I'm basically going to attack it the same way that I attack the regular hand plant and just go in stages and try and get to the coping. So here we go. Let's start on flat and try and get a feel for the pivot points. Grab your board toe side and crouch down. Plant your front hand on the ground about halfway down your board and then try and transfer the weight to your front hand as you pull your board up with your back hand into a little pop. Just kind of play around with that movement and try and get a feel for where the pivot points are. Okay, kind of got a feel for that. Feels like it's better to grab a little bit further down the board. Grabbing a little bit back here, it's pretty helpful. Once you can kind of do that, let's take it to the slope of the ramp. Place your board a little bit up the ramp horizontally. Hop on and try and balance with your hands on the flat bottom. Reach up, grab the board indie, and pull the board up as you push with your front hand. Pivot the board 90 degrees and release your bottom hand at the same time as your wheels touch. Kind of scary because it feels like you're going to run over your front hand, but you want to just make sure that you release that front hand as the wheels hit the ramp. Practice that until you're comfy, and then we'll move on to eggplant hand turn. Pump back and forth on the ramp. As you come up, try and practice going into the eggplant arm position. Reach down for an indie grab and bring your front hand over. Get used to this arm motion. Next, reach down and grab indie as you plant your hand and do a little kick turn. Practice this heaps and heaps. Getting this move flowing is kind of a key point to moving forward. Next, it's time to try and actually get the board up in the air. Get your tape and lay out some markers on the ramp. We're going to pretend these markers are the coping so we get used to the feeling placing your hand on a specific spot. Come up like you're going to do a hand turn, but plant your hand on the lowest marker, and at the apex of the turn, pull your board away from the ramp a little, and then plant the wheels as you release your front hand and roll away. Keep practicing on the lower marker until you're comfortable. That didn't actually feel too bad. I think this might actually be possible. And then move it up a notch. That's officially the closest I've ever come. Once you got that, move it up another notch. Next. Once you got that, move it up another notch till you're really close to right below the coping. Last marker. Let's go. Once you can kind of do them right below the coping, next it's pretty much just going to be a battle trying to get your hand up onto the coping. slam keeps on nailing my knee. If you do get stuck and kind of lose your focus, just go back a few steps, go back, practice some hand turns, practice doing the lower on the ramp. That's it. I had a pretty good battle. Tweaked my knee a little bit, kept on hanging up on the come in, slamming pretty good. Got a couple where my hand was just on the coping, didn't get the thumb over, but kind of had the hand just on the coping. It's a pretty hard trick, but I'm gonna keep on practicing and I'm gonna try and learn it good. And eventually I'll try and get a nice, sick one, proper on the coping. But this tutorial hopefully gives you guys a starting point. It's given me a starting point. I feel pretty good that I got one close. Yeah, have a go, have fun. Limping away from this one.